video is for business owners who feel like they're really busy, but their business is not growing. Could be that you're working nonstop, you're just always busy, and your calendar's full, you're always doing things, but your business still feels fragile. Maybe it kind of feels like a house of cards, or it feels like it will all fall apart without you. Well, it could be because that's true. And this isn't a motivation problem. It's not like, okay, if I just work harder, okay? It's usually a structural issue. It's not about your effort. I just went on a vacation with a friend, another business owner, and I was super chillax. I didn't even bring my computer this time. And she has a law firm, a small law practice. Well, it's small because they have no shortage of business, but her and her partner are just doing absolutely everything. And she was on her computer until like midnight, and like no judgment if somebody's on their computer while they're away. I mean, some people are on vacation all the time, whatever. But she was stressed, and she kept on saying, like, I know, I need to delegate, but it just isn't willing to do it yet. So we're going to talk about that, okay? It's not a motivation problem. It's usually a problem about, well, we'll talk about it. Okay, who am I? I'm Diane Prince. I built a business from scratch that I sold for $28 million, and now I help business owners and founders, solopreneurs, to build their businesses. And if you like my videos, if you want more tips that are just completely down to earth, brass tacks, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. So remember this: busy does not mean progress. Busy does not mean scaling, and it's really hard. It can be a muscle that needs to be practiced. Like, not being busy is something that I'm practicing now. There's so many ways to leverage offshore help, AI, and it doesn't mean that we need to fill our time with other busyness. Okay, so now with all of the things that are at our fingertips with technology and remote workers, really is almost a skill. For me, I'm practicing being chill. And how do I spend the rest of my time? But anyway, that's another story. Okay, so here's how to fix it. Here's how to fix this without feeling like you always have to work harder. And sometimes it's just like a kind of a guilt thing, like you feel like you always have to be busy or whatever. So anyway, so like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're into this. So let's break this down. Okay, so this is for people who already have a proof of concept. For example, I have a virtual assistant agency. We already have 27 different clients. And so people like our service. We know that it's a good timing in the market. It's been a year. We know that we're consistently getting new clients. Our churn is very small. So we have a proof of concept, okay? Because if you don't have proof of concept, if you don't have good timing in the market, then you need to go back and you need to fix what you're selling and fix your offer. All right, but we're talking about, you've got some proof of concept. Like my friend who I mentioned, she has a specific niche, specific legal niche that is super in demand. I also have a client with same situation, and he is, though, delegating and killing it. Okay, so if you are the person that's the only one in your inbox, if you're doing admin, you're doing all the sales, you're doing all the follow-ups, it's going to be really hard to grow. It's going to be really hard to build your business. If you also are the sole decision maker and final approval, everything has to get approved by you, it's going to be really hard to grow. Why do founders do this? Sometimes it's control. A lot of times it's control. It's fear. It's money. It's fearing that seeing delegation and seeing bringing on a team as an expense versus an investment. It's worried about bringing on the wrong person, or it's bringing on the wrong person and keeping them too long. Or maybe you've been burned before, you've had the wrong person, so now you're scared and you don't want to bring someone on. I mean, yeah. So here's how to, okay, so slow down, okay? You want to slow down, because doing it all yourself is not a badge of honor. it's a bottleneck. You're not helping anyone and you're not impressing anyone. You're probably just annoying people. Okay, so hustle works early on. You need to have some hustle. I mean, don't get me wrong. You need to have hustle. You need to have grit. But hustle breaks at scale. There's a certain point where you need to put systems in because you're only going to get so far with hustle. More effort does not mean more growth. It's a maturity thing to be able to sit back and let your business grow without feeling like you just compulsively have to always be doing something, okay? Without stepping back and realizing for me that I had to build systems, I'm going to stall, I'm going to plateau, I'm going to burn out. So hustle gets me to a certain point whenever I build businesses. And then at a certain point, I'm like, okay, I need systems now. And exhaustion is not infrastructure. So you don't scale by just doing everything, by doing more. You scale by building a team and getting out of their way. When I recently went on this vacation, I told my team, I didn't even bring my laptop, and I told my team, hey, you guys make every decision, okay? Because it's not about, I don't want people to be waiting for my decisions. And also, sometimes my decisions are not the right decisions, right? My team, they know what we're doing. And then also you have to be able to let your team make mistakes, okay? So scaling is not about adding tasks to yourself. It's about changing your own role and letting go. Also, this might be uncomfortable, but knowing that your team will make mistakes and you have to be able to live with that. Now, one way that I look at it is I make mistakes too. It's not like I am far from perfect. So whether I do it or whether my team does it, mistakes are going to happen. Repeatable systems are super important, not perfection. With my team, we constantly work on who owns what. And owning something doesn't mean that you have to get the whole thing done, right? So like my assistant Zeke might own something and then he gets help from other members in the team, and doesn't mean that Zeke has to do it all as well. He's going to document it. He's going to make sure that other people are accountable, but he's responsible for it, okay? And then once you get beyond all the admin work, once you get beyond delegating admin stuff like emails, calendaring, scheduling, like all the, assuming that that's not your zone of genius, it's definitely not mine. The next level is delegating sales, operations. I mean, that is huge. And your founder focus is going to depend on what your strengths are. Okay, so for me, I like articulating my vision. This is where the company is going. This is, sometimes strategy, but also I do like delegating strategy. I like articulating what my vision is, and my team helps to develop the strategy. I like being the face of my business. I enjoy that. Not everybody does. There's a great example in the brand Gymshark. Gymshark is a UK fitness clothing brand. They are billions. I think they're over $1 billion or pounds or whatever. Their founder didn't want to be CEO. That wasn't his thing. He loves building product. So he hired a CEO and he became chief product officer in order for Gymshark to build. Okay, so that's a key leadership reframe that he got right. Scale happens when founders step into leadership and step into the things that they do best and let their team step into ownership. I get trapped into micromanagement sometimes too, okay? When I get into micromanagement, it's no one benefits. Okay, I get stressed. I assume my team gets stressed. And when I step back, it's like business for me is a constant work, constantly working on articulating vision, doing the things that I do best, and also the things that I know are going to be the best for the team, like making these videos, right? We get leads from these kinds of things. We get leads from videos. We get leads from my public speaking. That brings the most value to the team. So ask yourself this: what's one thing that you are still doing that someone else should own? Just one thing, okay? Are you ready? Are you actually ready to stop being the bottleneck? Consider building systems. Consider building the team. For me, it's building team first because my team builds my systems. I know that I don't start businesses to stay in the weeds. I don't enjoy that. I don't start businesses to stay busy forever. Frankly, that annoys me. Like the whole busy culture thing just annoys me, okay? I start my business for different reasons. The business I have now is because I wanted to kind of crack the code on remote workers and see how that would work. And I love building scalable businesses. I kind of geek out on it. I like owning my time. I like being my own boss. Everybody has a different goal. And if busy is not your goal, then look at then rewatch this video and think about what your goal is and how you can accomplish that. So I'm Diane Prince. I'm your virtual business partner. I built and sold a company for $28 million. I built it from scratch. And if you like my stuff, don't forget to subscribe and like, and love to see you in the comments too.